Good day, everyone. I hope that wherever you are, no matter what part of the world you're in, that you are having a good day. Um, I'm coming on here today to give a not so pleasant message. I think that sometimes I do pleasant messages to avoid offending people and kind of try to make it light and fluffy, but sometimes we just have to speak the truth and tell it like it is. And so that's what I'm going to do today. And of course, some people won't like it. I don't care. I know that some people just don't like to hear the truth, or the truth hurts, whatever you want to say, but sometimes the truth needs to be said, um, because it just does. So, everybody has a purpose or a life path. But everyone's purpose is different. So your purpose may be to feed people. You may be the neighborhood cook and everybody enjoys your dinner, or you maybe have a safe house or some type of refuge for people to come and have that sense of comfort and mothering, because perhaps they didn't have it as growing up, or perhaps they're just in a position where they need, some extra nurturing, and you're that person that is there to provide it for them. So everybody's calling is different, and we should accept that. And some people's calling is music, so they, play guitar, or you know, other another instrument, or they sing, or whatever it is that they do it for the love that's in their heart, but also to spread that love out to other people. And that's what we need to do, spread that love out to other people. So people, when they see your calling or your gift, again, whatever you would like to call it, sometimes it makes people envious, jealous, and they start to slander your name. They become intimidated by you. They lie. They become insecure. If you came up with something at work, you may find that someone stole your idea and took it to HR and claimed it as their own, as if they actually came up with it. You will have people try to provoke you to either respond negatively in a verbal way or in a physical way. They'll try to sabotage you, again, by telling lies on you. They will become copycats, you know, and copy the things that you do. Like, say if you come up with a song at work, all of a sudden you'll hear that person singing that song because they were really jealous of you and envious, and they show you to your face like they don't like you, but really they wish they were you. They spread rumors about you because they don't want anybody to see your light. They don't want anybody to see your gift. So they try to make other people not like you. What I call that clique syndrome. So they get their clique together, and it may be 8 to 10 of them, and they've all decided, at work or at school, or at the PTA meeting, Patty Betty decided she was going to tell the rest of the chatty patties that she doesn't like you, so they can't like you either. Or she'll lie and make up something, or he will lie, because men do it too. This is not a gender specific, this is very general. Then they'll obsessively watch you, because again, deep down, their insecurities are causing them to do this, but they secretly admire you. But they could never tell you that because their ego won't allow them to. So they would rather fuck with you instead of saying, you know what, how did you do that? Or how do you do that? Or where did you learn that from? Or whatever that looks like. They're never going to say that unless something happens to humble them, which 9 times out of 10 is, it usually doesn't happen. You usually, just have to kind of do a workaround. Even if you have a Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever, They create fake accounts and follow you. Um, um, but even when they steal your ideas, they can never be you because it's your calling. It's not their calling. They want to be like you and they imitate you as much as they possibly can, which is flattering that, someone thinks enough of you to have you on their mind so often to the point where they want to imitate you. It is flattering, but at the same time, they can never be you. They may imitate a portion of what you do, but because they're not in your mind, it's never the same thing. It's never the same product. It's never the same outcome. It's never the same channel. It's never the same dish. It's never the same pair of shoes. Y'all can buy a pair of shoes from the same place, could even wear the same size, could be even wear the same outfit, but you might rock that outfit a little bit different to the point where it gets more attention from other people. Or there may be something else about you that is going to get that attention from other people. Because again, you can have on a brown paper sack, but if your aura and your light is so big, people are going to see you anyway. You can't hide your aura. It's deep down in your soul. It's not what you're wearing, what you have. It's none of those things. It's about who you are as a person and not what you own or what you have or what you do for a living. It's none of that. None of those things really matter. You'll always do it better. And see, they're looking at you like, oh, that's easy. I can do that. But no, they can't. You make it look easy because it's your calling. I see people, there's a lot of people who I would say admire. I really never been anybody's fan, especially like celebrities. I don't know you. I don't know those people. Sure, they may have done a really good job on screen in whatever movie they were in. But all that fantasizing about having sex with them and stuff like that, I'm not knocking anybody who does that. But again, I don't know those people. I need to know the person I'm about to sleep with. Who are you? Let's get to know each other. I can't just look at somebody and say, oh, I want to have sex with him. That my brain just doesn't work like that. Again, this is not to judge or criticize anybody who does think that way, because this is not what that's about. This is just to say that everybody's different. And everybody has a different purpose for being here in this realm of existence on earth right now. Everybody's purpose is different. And we're actually different so that we can learn from each other and not to judge and criticize each other. And that's part of the problem. Why are you judging people? Who are you? And then you will make an assumption like, oh, because that person can cook and they want and people want them to cook for them, and they have a bunch of people coming to their house to buy dinners. You're looking at them like, oh, I can do that. I want people coming to my house like that. I want people liking my food like that. Just for a need for validation. It has nothing to do with that person's talent. But maybe you're better at baking, right? Maybe you're better at building cabinets. I don't know. Whatever it is. But again, we're supposed to use those experiences to learn from each other and not hate on each other and be jealous of each other. That's not why we were put here. That has nothing to do with why we're here. We're not here to be a title. We're not here to be, okay, some people do become celebrities, but they become celebrities because they have a message in their heart. That's what it's about. Love and the message in your heart. How did we forget that? Why are we judging and criticizing people? Why are we envious and jealous and trying to slander people and sabotage people because they're doing something that they were called to fucking do? Do what you were called to do. That's why you're here. To find your fucking talking purpose and do what the fuck you supposed to be doing. And I'm not apologizing for cursing this time because I'm sick of this shit. So, yeah, imitation is the highest form of flattery. If someone tries to imitate you, let them. If somebody steals from you, let them. I remember years ago, somebody came to my house. I'm not going to call that person out to say who it was, but some people came to my house and they tried to steal from me. They tried to steal my body butter that I make, right? So they come over, and people think I'm stupid, but I'm very, very intuitive. This is not about book smarts. This is not about street smarts. I'm spiritually smart, right? So she comes to my house. Just so happened my goddaughter happened to be there, right? Everything happens for a reason. This was her first summer visiting me. She 21, 22, somewhere around there at the time, right? So she comes over, and she's there for a while, and they come over, and that first thing I said to her when I told her they were coming is, we need to watch them. I said, help me watch them. And she did. And we had a good old conversation after they left, because they thought they were being slick. You don't know what somebody's gifts are. You don't know what somebody's capable of. You don't know what people know. You don't know what people see. Just because somebody doesn't say anything, and just because they don't call you out on your foolishness every time they see you do some foolishness, doesn't mean that they're not aware of what's going on. Some things don't need to be said. I'm one of those type of people. I don't have to say, if I see you doing something, I don't have to say a damn thing. That's your problem. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Do whatever you want to do. So then when she realized, so now then she's sitting here the whole time like this, and he pacing back and forth. We're just sitting here looking at this shit. Right? So then before they left, she goes, oh, do you have some cocoa mango ocean spray frankincense? No. She named a whole bunch of stuff. I don't make that. So no, I don't have that. Now get out. Now I didn't say get out, but that's what I was thinking in my mind. Like, I'm so glad y'all about to leave. Because you fake try to say, oh, my daughter needs something to eat before we go back home. You was probably coming from home before you came to my house, because that's what came up in my spirit. To keep it all real. You lied and said you was in my neighborhood. I don't think you was in my neighborhood. I think you came there to do what you tried to do, and then when it didn't work, then you decided to ask. But why didn't you ask when you got there? It would have been better if you just said, oh, I wanted to see if you'll give me some of your body butter. That's why I came over. Oh, but that's right. You did something grimy to me, so your ego wouldn't allow you to ask me. That's what happened. Oh, okay. I know what happened now. You tried to be slick. People will take your kindness for weakness. Just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I allow people to run all over me. Doesn't mean I'm a punk. Again, I don't have to say nothing to you. Because 9 times out of 10, the way my life is set up, the Most High always shows me they got my back. And Most High and ancestors, they always show me they have my back. I usually get to see, and not for nothing, because I'm not trying to be mean, but she ended up going to jail after that. And so that's what I mean. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to do anything. The universe is going to make whatever needs to happen, whatever lesson that person needs to learn in their life, they'll learn it on their own. They don't have to learn it from me. Now, that doesn't mean I shouldn't speak up for myself, because I should speak up for myself. But I don't have to, when you speak up for yourself, you don't ever have to say it nasty. You don't have to be mean. You don't even have to be condescending or sarcastic. You can simply say, I don't appreciate you saying that. Or I don't appreciate you doing that. Or even trying to do that. I've done that a whole lot in my life. Now, when I was younger, I was definitely a little bit more sarcastic. Because I remember one time one of my exes, he was mad about something he made up in his mind that didn't actually happen. And he took that frustration out on me, right? So I'm at his sister's house, and he decided he was going to pour water in my face because he was just that mad, right? So you know what I did? I smiled. And I said, now did that make you feel like more of a man? Ooh, he was heated. When I say heated, honey, he was heated. And I just laughed after that. Did that really make you feel like more of a man pouring water in a woman's face? He didn't like it. He really got pissed. But why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. We need to be able to open up our mouth and communicate openly and honestly about what we're thinking or how we feel. And then you can't always assume that somebody's lying. Some people are actually telling the truth. Now, he thought I was cheating on him. I never cheated on him. In my mind, cheating would be having sex with somebody else. I did not have sex with anybody else while we were together. He still to this day doesn't believe that. I haven't talked to him in years, but I don't give a damn what he thinks or doesn't think. That's his problem. If you tell somebody the truth and they don't believe you, that's their problem. That doesn't have anything to do with you. You don't have to prove a motherfucking thing to no goddamn body. No matter where it is, at home, at work. If some people at work, they want to sabotage and slander you, let them. The truth will eventually come out. Even if you end up losing that job as a result of that. It was not meant for you to be there. Because usually if something like that happens, a bigger door will open because you never did anything. That door going to open. At least that's been my experience. When I didn't do anything wrong, and it's just a matter of people being intimidated or jealous by me, and they try to sabotage or slay, not that it's happened a whole bunch of times, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, there have been instances where people try to lie on me and the truth came out. So the truth will eventually come out, whether you're still there or not. Because again, if you didn't do anything wrong, an opportunity is just waiting right around the corner. So that door closed, another one is about to open for you because you did nothing wrong. That's their problem. The Most High sees everything. Higher power, spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, whatever word you would like to use. I'm an English major, so I understand words, and I choose not to use certain words for a reason. Because I understand the etymology behind the word. And people automatically assume, oh, because you say universal, because you say higher power, or because you say spirit, because they don't want to ask questions. Open up your fucking mouth and ask a question. You stop making assumptions because you don't know what's on somebody's mind. Because everybody does things for a reason. So just because somebody say, oh, I don't like blue. Oh, I don't like her because she don't like blue. Oh, you ain't even asked that person why they don't like blue. They might have got bit by a blue pit for all you know. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But everybody has a reason why they don't like something. So ask instead of assuming. Or people have reasons why they do or don't do something. Again, instead of just judging them or criticizing them, ask. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you not do this? Why do you not do that? If you really want to know, instead of judging them and gossiping and being messy and petty and immature. That shit is immature. And then people want to get mad at you if you don't want to participate in the foolishness and the fuckery. I don't want to. I don't have to. That's not why I'm here. That's not what I choose to do. And that does not make me a bad person because I don't want to be in the messy bunch. Why can't I just do what I do? And, I'm cordial to everyone. I'm respectful to everyone. I'm polite with everyone. What's wrong with that? Why do you have to be in everybody's business and know everything that they're doing and what they have going on in their life? Who are you? Are you helping them pay their bills? Are you feeding them, clothing them, providing them with shelter? If the answer is no, then why do you need to know about their personal life? This doesn't make sense to me. Because I don't care. I mean, now don't get me wrong, because I do have a lot of people that come to me, they see my light, and they come to me and they talk to me and they tell me their sob stories. It could be a complete stranger. They'll cry in front of me and everything. And sometimes I'm like, oh God, this is so uncomfortable. But I know that they can find comfort. They know that I'm not going to judge them. They can tell. People can tell. They can feel my energy when they're around me. And so they have this sense of comfort. And so they feel like they can come to me and talk to me about just about anything. And sometimes the things that they want to talk about are a little uncomfortable. But that's what I'm here for. It's not about me. I'm not here because it's about me. Fuck me. It's not about me. It's about my purpose. It's about my higher calling. It's not about what kind of car I drive, what kind of clothes I wear, which wig I decide to put on today. It's not about any of those things. Who cares? Some people just are very strong spiritually, and again, they have connections with people. People feel connected to them, and they want that energy. And you have people who are energy vampires that are going to sap and zap the energy out of you, or try to at least. And you'll have those, I have some people who love me. When I say love me, I mean love me. They love being around me. They love the things that I say. They love the things that I wear. They love the way that I smell. And this is not about that, though, because I don't need the validation. I'm glad that they can find comfort, and I'm always glad when I can give them a comforting word or something to get them through whatever they're going through at that moment that made them want to come talk to me. And that's what I do. I help people as best I can, even if it is just to sit there and listen to them. But then you have people that will take advantage of that. You have people who will know that and will say, oh, I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to trick her, or I'm going to try to make her feel like this, or make her feel like that, or stop him from doing this, or stop him from doing that. Some people manipulate and take advantage of it instead of appreciating it for what it is and how it benefits them in their life, because they want it for themselves. They don't want the people coming up to them asking them questions or giving them sob stories and crying. They'd rather not have that, but you can't pick and choose. And I don't say anything to brag. I say things to put life into perspective. Because again, it's not about me. It's about my purpose and my higher calling. But see, people like to see things. People like to see pretty stuff. If somebody looks like a bum, you pay less attention to them. And that's just the reality of the world that we're living in. So you kind of have to present yourself a certain way in order for people to pay attention to you. So here I am with my army fatigue jacket on, baby, my little dress, back hurting and everything. But I'm here to give y'all this message. I'm here to give y'all this word. And yes, we are supposed to focus on the things that we want and not the things that we don't want. But at the same time, there's a lesson. And the lesson is we need to stop judging and criticizing each other. And respect the differences in one another. And use that as an opportunity to learn from one another. Again, what one person might be good at with kids. You might have somebody that's really good with kids, right? And let's just say, I didn't have the best upbringing growing up, so I need a role model because I didn't have good role models growing up, right? So now I'm looking to this sister or this brother, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's what you're supposed to do with your kids, or that's how you should talk to your kids, or, that's great. Maybe that person is good at breaststroke. Stroke. Now, I know how to swim, but I ain't going to say that I'm the best swimmer. But if I watch somebody swim who's an Olympic, or you're not even an Olympic champion, they just the best swimmer at the YMCA. How about that? Let's minimize it. How about they the best swimmer at the YMCA? And I get an opportunity to watch that person and work. I'm not jealous or envious. I'm like, wow, that person has an amazing gift. And I will even compliment that person and say, I really enjoyed watching you swim. You're really good at what you do. I compliment people all the time. Hey, sis, I love your hair. Oh, those shoes are cute. Nationality, that doesn't matter. If I see something I like, I'm going to compliment it. Especially if that person got a little sour puss look on their face. They might need that little cheering up. You never know what somebody's going through. And if your word could be so encouraging that it gets them up out of it. Even you may need that sometimes. And I think that's what I always think of. Whatever I'm offering to someone out of the kindness of my heart, I may need in return one day. Just like with me being out on disability since April 7th. You know how many people have opened doors for me? It's beautiful. Men and women, all nationalities. Hey, let me get that for you. Without me even having to ask. And that's humbling for me because I don't like to ask nobody to do anything for me because I don't like being told no. I'm just going to keep it funky. Or because of the way that I was raised and, having, being in a controlled environment, I realized that I try to control by doing things the right way, or what some people consider trying to be perfect. In my mind, I'm not trying to be perfect. But when I was younger, if I didn't do it right, I got the shit beat out of me. So that's still in there. But then when other people, who she thinks she is, she trying to be better, she trying to, no, I'm not even fucking thinking about you. How dare you try to dim someone else's light? That's their gift. They were divinely designed to live out their purpose and show the world their gift. Their gift is not your gift. But then I love everybody, I promise, because I'm not mad at anybody. Because I understand that most of us had unfavorable situations either growing up or in our adult lives in relationships. Whether that be romantic relationships, familial relationships, co-worker relationships, whatever kind of relationship. But usually the things that we've experienced lower our self-esteem. They make us lack confidence. It instills fear. It makes us operate from a place of ego. And we're too proud to ask for or accept help. And I realized for myself that's the place that I was in. And I'm working through that now. I'm learning to try to help. This is not easy though. I'm 46 years old. You don't just one day go from not asking motherfuckers to help you to asking them to help you. That's not how it works. It don't just click in your brain like that. It takes time. Healing takes time. No matter what you need to heal from, it takes time. But still, when I go out into the world, I'm still kind to people. I still show people love because that's what I'm here for. To teach people how to love. Love yourself and love thy neighbor. We're not supposed to judge and criticize somebody for being different and doing things in the way that we don't do them. That's not why we're here. Nobody has to do things the way that you do them. Nobody has to think the way that you think. Who told you that? And who hurt you so bad that you now want to hurt other people? Who did that to you? I feel sorry for you and I want to give you a hug. But your mean ass won't let me. But I say again, thank you for being mean. Thank you for wanting to sabotage me and slander my name. I thank you for that. I really do. I promise you. People always say, oh, she lied. She full of shit. That's what you think. Again, if somebody doesn't believe you, that's their problem and not yours. Let them think or say whatever they want to think or say. That doesn't have anything to do with me. I am appreciative of all the things that did not serve a good purpose in my life. All that energy that did not, because everything is energy. So I'm thankful for the energy that didn't serve a good purpose in my life because it has helped me to elevate and use my throat chakra. Open up my throat chakra and open up my heart chakra even more because again, when I see mean people, I really feel sorry for you. No, I don't want to cuss you out. No, I don't want to put my hands on you. I want to give you a hug because it's sad that somebody made you like that. And that you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. And that to the point where some people think that that's how you're supposed to get ahead in life. And that does. Some people do get ahead in life that way. But then some of those same people who quote unquote get ahead in life, once they get a certain age, let's say in their 50s or 60s, and they find themselves all alone, then they start having suicidal thoughts. Because you might have the money and the cars, but you don't push everybody away from being mean. That doesn't sound like, what you really want. Or even if you have people around you, they don't even know you because you weren't really there. Or you were emotionally distant, mentally unavailable. You didn't give hugs and kisses. You thought just come home and here go the money. And again, this is not gender specific. Because I did it. I sent my son to Spain, Australia. Now, I did have help sending him to Australia. He went with people to people. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, I did raise some funds to help get him there. But I sent my son to Spain, Australia. He went to see plays. He went on, different other little local trips. And I was just busy making money. I was working for the telephone company at the time, and I was only making $23.14 an hour. And I'm saying only, yes. Because $23.14, with the expenses that I had and the child, that meant that I could send him, but I couldn't afford to go. But I wanted him to have those opportunities and experiences. It's not good when you're born and raised in a place and you never go anywhere else. Because it's not all about the mile radius in which you were born and raised. There's a whole big old world out there. Not just the United States. It's a whole big world. It's a lot to see, a lot to learn if you're into that. Some people don't want to learn shit. They just want to party. And that's fine. This is, again, not coming from a place of judgment. Because I like to have fun too. But I think my desire to learn is stronger than my desire to have fun. I'm always curious. I'm always wanting to learn something new. And I think that if I see somebody like, say, playing guitar, it's more about my curiosity to learn something new as opposed to being jealous or envious of them. Because again, that's their gift. Now I might be able to strum a few. I'm gonna play around with it. Doom dicka doom dicka doom. I might learn that one song, play it in a YouTube video or in front of people, and then I'm done with it. Because that's not my gift. I'm not getting ready to sit up there and try to learn how to read no sheet music and practice. I don't want to practice. I used to play the flute back in the day. I didn't want to practice, so I didn't want to do it. That wasn't my thing. That wasn't my calling. Now I am an Aquarius, so I do change my mind sometimes. But I like being so dynamic and having. Oof. I've learned so many things over the years in my lifetime, and I love it. And I'm still looking to learn more. I'm always wanting to learn something new. My mind is like a sponge. I'm still like the little kid. Now you know, excuse me. I want to learn as much as I possibly can before I close my eyes about any and everything, if it piques my interest. Now, there's certain things I'm not interested in at all, like technology. I love technology. We all use technology. But I remember when I was in college and we had to edit videos on the Mac. I have Mac right now. I have Final Cut Pro. I have iMovie. I don't like editing. You see my videos? I don't edit these videos. I hate editing. And I shouldn't say that. And I keep saying, okay, go ahead and, learn how to use the new Final Cut Pro and, go ahead and edit some videos so people can see the sparkle. I don't want to do that shit. I want to pay somebody to do it. I'd rather pay somebody, even if they use my MacBook. Here, baby, here you go. Even with the VCR back in the day, in my mind, I'm all about, when it comes to certain things, I am traditional and I'm about gender roles. That's a man's job. I used to give my son the remote all the time. Here, fix it, because I don't know what's going on and I don't know what to do. Just make it work. You ain't got to explain a goddamn thing to me because I don't want to know, because I'm not going to do it. Now, maybe that's stubborn, but when it comes to certain technology, that's not my thing. I'm a reading and writing kind of girl. I know how to count my money. You understand what I'm saying? I know how to do the basics in terms of technology. But all of it's too tedious for me. You got to make sure and I shouldn't even say that I don't know how to do it. Once you drop the video in, you could stick in a transition. But it's just so tedious and it just takes so long and I just don't like it. And I just don't want to do it. I'd rather pay somebody. There's people who love doing shit like that. That's their gift. That's their calling. And I love it. Whatever I'm not good at, I don't mind paying for that service or asking somebody, can you do this? Because, just like yesterday, I was on a retreat, right? Working on healing and getting my mind together and my body together, still trying to get rid of this pain in my body. And so I went on it, did some healing for the weekend, right? And one of the guys, he went to, I said, oh, does anybody want to go with me to pick up the food? Now, I'm thinking in my mind, I need somebody to carry this bag, right? So he volunteered. You know why? Because he knew he needed to carry the bag. So when we were on our way, he was like, oh, am I driving or are you driving? I said, we could take my car, but you can drive it. You the man. And he said, oh, some people don't want you to drive their car. Listen, if a man could drive me and I could just sit back. I want to look out the window sometimes too. Now that just hurt my, trying to cross my legs. It does hurt for me to cross my legs, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was doing it for emphasis. I didn't doing this for y'all. Got me over here in pain. Anyway, when somebody does something that you don't like or they do something that's against you, thank them. Say, I thank you for making assumptions. Even if you don't say it to them, because of course they're going to think you're being condescending or sarcastic. So you don't necessarily have to say that to them, but this could be just something that you think in your mind and in your heart. Thank you. Thank you for being me. However you want to say it. However that resonates for you. Thank you for being an asshole. If you want to sum it up that way. But be thankful that people are doing the things, because if you're aware of them doing the things, that means you can correct it for yourself. That means you don't have to take it personal. And it means you can feel sorry for them too. because you can see that this is a hurting person. Just like what I call the R. Kelly syndrome. We need to stop judging and criticizing people for, molesting and raping people. Not that it's acceptable. I'm not telling you to accept it, especially if it happened to you, your child. I was molested, raped as a little girl and as a teenager, okay? So don't misunderstand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that hurt person was hurt. And if that hurt person was touched and hurt, let's say at 12 years old, although you might see a grown-ass man standing in front of you, his mind is still 12 years old. He's not the grown-ass man that you think should be mature and responsible and never want to do that to somebody. He's not that. Take him down off that pedestal, because he's not that. He's a hurting little boy trapped inside of a man's body, and he needs help, not judgment or criticism. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't have to do time, but I'm saying if he does go to do time, there should be some counseling. There should be some life coaching. There should be some type of therapy, anger management, or something that this man is given out, because men are told don't show emotion, don't show feelings, that's weak. No, fuck that. That shit is not weak. Because I don't want no motherfucker man that ain't gonna show me no goddamn feelings. You better get your strong ass the fuck out of here. If you hurting nigga, you need to cry. Come cry. God damn it. Put your head right here and cry in my goddamn lap. Let me hold you and console you. Don't hold that shit in. Again, I have strangers come talk to me and cry on my shoulder. So if you have something he needs to talk about, let him cry. Let her cry. Don't, because you don't want to be emotional, don't shut her down. Don't shut your kids down because you don't want to deal with the emotion. Deal with the emotion. It's not about you. And with that being said, some people abuse their power. Some people will see, oh, well, that's weak. And they will try to take advantage of you and say, oh, well, this person is weak. And that could be relatives, friends, co-workers, management, friends, even strangers on the street if they feel like, they see a weakness or smell a weakness. They may want to take advantage of it. With those people, stay away from those people. Don't tell them their business. If you can't feel safe with that person and you're in a relationship with that person, maybe that's not the right relationship for you. Because sometimes we try to turn seasonal people into lifetime people. And we should have got rid of those seasonal motherfuckers a long time ago. They didn't have no business being there to begin with. You saw the red flags in the non-negotiables, and you say, oh, I don't care. What's that song? If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Fuck that. I want to be right, goddammit. Because it's just adding to your stress. It's just causing, toxicity in your life. Because these people don't belong there. They're abusing their power in your life. They're abusing their authority in your life. Again, going back to them stealing your ideas or being copycats and, lying and trying to slander and sabotage your name for their own benefit. But again, it's because they're insecure. Their self-esteem is low. And they don't have the confidence in themselves and the knowledge to do it for themselves. And they don't want to learn. They don't want to seek the knowledge either. They want to just try to copy it from someone else and use it as their own original idea. But, like I said, their gift might be sewing. And instead of them focusing on sewing, they're worried about what you're doing or what you got going on because they don't want you to have more than them or do better than them. It doesn't make sense. And so those types of people you don't necessarily need in your life. They're not benefiting you. If the person does not serve a good purpose in your life and you're doing your best to be in your purpose, then you need to get away. You need to remove those, cut those strings. It's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it is. But sometimes it's necessary. Especially if you say that you want something, how bad do you really want it? If you say you want to lose weight, how bad do you really want it? If you keep talking about it, you don't want it. You don't want it. Because if you wanted it, you'd be doing it. And again, this is not to beat anybody up. But if you have fruit for breakfast and then you cheat and eat some ice cream for lunch, just have a salad for dinner. Don't beat yourself up because you cheat or say, oh, I done cheated at lunchtime. I might as well go ahead and have me a big old bowl of pasta for dinner. No, that's not what you do. And you should never say, I'm going on a diet. You know how I lost weight? Saying I'm going to eat healthy. And so I ate healthy. I also did some intermittent fasting, so I'm not going to lie. I did some unintentional intermittent fasting. And I realized that I lost weight that way. So that was kind of like by accident. But you remember that song by Jody Watley? Friends will let you down. Friends won't be around when you need them most. Where are your friends? Oh, friends are hard to find. Friends, yours and mine. I'm talking about your friends. I think it was Jody Watley. But you are going to have friends who do you dirty in the name of friendship. But you don't have to continue that relationship in the name of friendship or relative. Not if you find it to be toxic. People cut family members off all the time for years. I was talking to somebody yesterday. They said, yeah, they go to the holiday dinners every 5 years. So you have to do what you have to do for you, because it's about your peace of mind and not theirs. And again, if you have goals, some of those people are a distraction to your goals. That's not to say that they're bad people. This is not what that's about. That has nothing to do with it. This is not about good, bad, or indifferent. This is about seeing how these people show up in your life and telling the truth about it. Do they serve a good purpose in your life? Are they helping you get to your next level, or are they holding you back? And if they're holding you back, that means you're holding yourself back. So you need to get out of your own way. And sometimes getting out of your own way is cutting ties with toxic people who aren't, serving a good purpose. It's not about being mad at them, but if you have a purpose and you know what your purpose is, then why aren't you doing it? Because it's not about people. It's not about human beings. We are all connected. Even if we don't want to believe it, or even if we don't want to admit it. I don't really care what somebody believes or doesn't want to admit, because I know what's what. I've done a lot of reading, so I know what I'm talking about. Again, whether people believe it or not is not my problem. That has nothing to do with me. I don't care. Some of these people are stunting your growth. And you have to think for yourself. And again, ask yourself, does this serve a good purpose in my life? And the people that I'm here to help and serve. Because we're here to serve. We are here to be of service to each other. Ubuntu. I am because we are. We. Not the selfish individual that we've been taught to embrace, which is the ego. We have to learn to forgive them and forgive ourselves. You forgive other people for you. You may never get an apology if from someone if they did something, to you, and you shouldn't care. We don't do things for people to expect things in return. We're supposed to do things for people out of the kindness of our heart. So that if you give somebody a loaf of bread, let's say you give a homeless person a loaf of bread, and that homeless person snatches that loaf of bread out of your hand and without even saying thank you, so what? That's not why you did it. And if that is why you did it, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Because that's not what it's about. You don't know what that person is going through. You don't know what's on his mind or what's in his head or what's in his heart. He obviously is in that situation because he went through something and because there's some things on his mind that's causing him to stay in that situation. Because it's all about the mind. Whatever we think is true. So if we allow other people to tell us that we're no good or not good enough or, we'll never have this or never do that, some people take that on and it puts them in a very low place. Some people it's due to circumstances. For some people, they just know how corrupt the system is and they just dropped out. And they don't want to be in this situation anymore. So everybody's different. But I just think we should be kind to each other. Even if it's just like, you know what? I just find it so strange. When I go somewhere and I look at somebody and they don't even speak. They don't even look in your direction. You don't have to, even if they don't say anything out of my, you can't head nod like I see you. I remember one time I split my pants and I was so worried. Oh my goodness, because I needed to go to Walmart before they closed, and Walmart was on the way home. And it was maybe 30 minutes before they closed. And I split my pants. So I went into Walmart and I'm just looking around mortified, like everybody's face. I'm like, oh, everybody's going to be looking at me. Ain't nobody paid no damn attention to me at all. Nobody noticed that my pants were split because people are all to themselves, stuck in their own head. In college, there was a painting. I don't remember the name of the painting, but I'm sure I could find it if I Googled it. But the painting was a body of water and like a hill with a road on it. And so you saw like a carriage or something on the road with somebody in it. And there was some people out on the boat in the water. Maybe there was a couple more people somewhere else. I don't exactly remember. But then you saw a little boy in the water drowning. And so people live their lives like this. And they don't look to the left of them and they don't look to the right of them. So it's like they don't see anything else that's going on unless it has something to do with them. The whole little boy in the water drowning though. Nobody even looked in his direction. That shit is fucking sad. Would you want to be in the water drowning and nobody pay you any attention? I don't think so. And that's my message for today. Just be kind to each other. It doesn't cost you a motherfucking thing. Say hello, nod head, wave your hand, something. Especially me being in the South. Come on, people, where's the hospitality? Speak. That ain't gonna kill you. You don't have to like somebody to be cordial and respectful. And if you don't like them because you admire them, why don't you try asking them? How do you do that? Why do you do that? So if you observe somebody who's quote unquote being a perfectionist, why don't you ask them? Why do you think you have to do everything perfectly? 9 times out of 10, I bet you in their mind they don't see it that way, number one. And number two, I bet you they tell you something about their childhood trauma, where they got the shit beat out of them because they didn't do it the right way, because they had a controlling parent or grandparent or step parent or adopted parent or foster parent, whatever that looks like. But they're not doing it just for the fuck of it or to make you look bad. It don't have nothing to do with you. They 9 times out of 10 in their own world, like, oh, I just want to make sure I do a good job so that. Two, another reason why people do certain things, they don't want to have to do it again. I'm all for doing it right the first time because I don't want to have to do the shit again. Something I already did. That's a pain in the ass. So, I'm not telling nobody what to do, but I'm just saying, it don't make no sense. And I feel sorry for a lot of people. And I wish I could just give you a hug, because I really feel sorry for you, because you really are messed up and you really need to heal. I don't see it as strength. I see it as the opposite. When you attack people in that way, I see that as a weakness. I do not see that as strength. I see having the ability to walk away and ignore it as a weakness. But then I've been called a pushover for doing that. I don't care if you think I'm a pushover, that's fine with me. I just don't think that you have to do it that way. And again, I see your weakness because I see your low self-esteem, your shame, your insecurities. That's what I see. I see somebody who needs to heal. That's what I see. I don't see anybody who has it all together. I see somebody who's the opposite, who doesn't have it together at all. And who's hurt and who's hurting other people in the process because they don't know how to deal with those emotions. They're not reaching out for help to get somebody to help them handle those emotions. And they're just still judging other people for not being the way that they are. But I'm here to help. And if you need a hug, well, I ain't going to be hugging everybody because, you know, can't be going around hugging everybody. Some people get a little bit too comfortable with hugs. But I'm just saying. If you need somebody to talk to, because I've been through a lot of it already. I've been through the abusive family members, abusive relationships, abusive friends, hostile work environments. And I've learned from those situations and I've grown from those situations. And I can help you grow if you would like to. But I love y'all.